Hi everyone, Luke Hector here. Just a brief little intro to this video. As you noticed, I already put up a video for an Ark Nova playthrough. Well, that was the second video I recorded, because the problem I had was that I recorded it on my home PC on the first attempt, thinking, well, it's quick, my PC's fast, it's, convenient, everything's already set up and I've got the headset fine. And yeah, it does the job. The problem is that Streamyard on my current subscription, because the upper subscription is literally a rip-off, only does 1080p HD quality, and you can only even go up to 2K. The screen monitor that I use is 4K. It is an ultra-wide 4K monitor for my gaming PC. So the problem is that even though I am recording it in HD, the formatting of the finished product makes it look a little bit on the Letterbox format because the aspect ratios don't gel up. I don't know how I can really solve that. If any tech whiz out there does know how I can solve that problem, then by all means shout. But basically it does mean that this one is a little bit on the scrunched up side with a bit of dead space going in. But I didn't want to chuck away the footage because it was a fun game. I went over a few cool little strategy tips for playing the game, and it was a tight game with the hard AI, with the malice mode. I won in the end, but it was a tight game. And given that the second time I recorded, I got my ass whooped by the AI because it had such a good start I just couldn't keep up, I kind of felt like I wanted to balance the books and have a win and a loss, just to show that a hard AI with malice mode can still be a legitimate challenge in Ark Nova. And as I say, I didn't want to waste the footage. It was a good hour and a half worth of footage, and I kind of wanted to at least get something out of it. So this is just to let you know that this is why the format looks a bit weird. This is a bonus video. It's not the official Ark Nova playthrough. It's just another one that I had, and I just want to let you guys enjoy it. So if you want to get a first look at the Ark Nova Steam app, go watch the other video. That's the definitive one. I think that says everything, really. So take care. Hope you enjoyed the video, despite my little screw up.
And I'm the bad guy?
But anyway, let's jump into a versus AI game. So you can go up against free AI. You can have the different map modes. So choose a map, advanced draft, mirrored. So everybody is given the same map. We're going to go with mirrored because it keeps everybody on the same sort of playing field. I like to go peaceful mode. I'm not a fan of the venom and constriction and hypnosis abilities. I find that they are a nuisance, but I just find that the timing is a bit off. I will play with them. I don't mind them too much, but I like the fact the game gives you the opportunity to play difference. And you have the alternate layout versions of the original maps, so the ones that haven't been released officially, but I think you can get them on Board Game Geek online, maybe off the website, I'm not sure. You've got slightly tweaked layouts of all the original 8 maps, which is pretty cool. There are some nice little tweaks there that make some of those old maps a bit more balanced. Like Silver Lake isn't as ridiculously overpowered as it was before. It's a little bit more restricted. The one where you sell stuff at the commercial harbor is now actually slightly better because there's more opportunities to draw more cards. There's some cool little tweaks there. But I'm also going to play on something called Malice Mode. Malice Mode is something where basically it puts a drawback or obstacle in your personal perspective. So you get 2 options and you've got to pick one, and that's your handicap. This is great because it means that you can basically play with a handicap compared to other people. And certainly I'm playing this on hard AI already, so it's already a bit of a challenge. But I've played quite a bit of Ark Nova before, and I'm certainly used to the game. And of course I want you to not necessarily think I'm going to absolutely muller this AI. I want a chance for me to lose. So I'm going to play in Malice Mode against one hard AI who won't have a Malice Mode. So here we go. So, hostile climate and infestation. I need an extra icon to support a base conservation project. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's going to hurt. Or infestation. Whenever you place a building adjacent to 2 or more water, you gain a venom token. Ugh, okay. And we're on the Research Institute. I mean, I can think of worse ones to have than that. I mean, there's 2 water there, and a load of water there. So I've got to be careful at this end. But I could probably get around that. Adjacent to 2 or more water. And the venom token, by the time I go to that end of the screen, because I usually like to start at this end, and get the research institute rather than do what some people do and start here and then go all the way around to the university, because I always find that's just cheesy when people do that. But I'm gonna, not do what a lot of people do. I'm going to start down here, and I reckon I can deal with the whole 2 water thing for quite a bit of the game before I worry about venom. So we're going to go with investation. All right. So as you can see, quite a lot on the screen. I can see the opponent's display if I click on this bit up here, but this tells me everything that I need to know. Where their cards are, what level they are, what rep they've got, their income, their points. This uses the revised point scoring from the... I don't agree with this. I think this is stupid, but... actually, no, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't agree with this at all. I find this a weird scoring system where you start off on negative victory points, and then when you finish, no matter if your markers haven't crossed, you always have a positive score. I just don't get why it was needed. I mean, why is this the game where people are going, oh, I don't like to have negative points? I mean, the brutality of some other heavy Euros out there, the punishing nature of those Euros, Barrage and all these other ones. You don't hear people crying about, like, bad scores or anything in those games or getting punched repeatedly, do you? But people had a thing about this one being negative points. It just didn't make any sense, but it uses it. Whatever. I'm dealing with it. So you've got your information down the bottom left. You've got the building menu here. You can select your animals and sponsors while you've played them, but more importantly, I can see that I've got sponsors, my favorite, and the have more of an animal icon to the person in your right, Biodiverse Zoo, I think it's called. But yeah, these are 2 objectives I quite like, because this one you can kind of see what your opponent's doing, and, and I love sponsors. I love doing sponsors. Hee hee hee. So I can just flood this with sponsors. Annoyingly, I've only got 1 sponsor. Which is not great. It's not corresponding to a base conservation project, and there's only 1 bird in my starting 8. But, well, we'll get onto this in a minute. And then all the other information, so here's the association board, the projects, new ones will come here. The iconography may look small in some respects, but when you've got it on a widescreen like I have, it's pretty easy to see. And also, I've got this on medium setting UI. You could put it on large UI if you're struggling to see everything, or you could put it on even smaller. So you can do whatever it is you want with the settings to make it look like you do. And, display row, eventually this display row will fill up, so you'll be able to see what these cards are. So you have got information where you want it. You can even go as far as looking at the entire scoreboard if you really want to see where everybody is. This I find is a little bit overkill. So we got research alternate. So yes, this is the one that if I connect to this, I can ignore animal conditions of my choice. That might not be a bad start, because if I take this bird and have sponsorship vultures, so that I can get a little bit of money maybe, I could also play this without having to get the partner zoo first, and I would be able to release it soon afterwards, although that probably would make sponsorship vultures a bit redundant at that point. These 2 are far too much. I mean, free conditions, you can't deal with that at the start of the game. So, donkey, you could have a petting zoo. It's a cheap thing early, but I can't ignore the fact that I've got 2 herbivores, and there's a herbivore thing here that requires quite a lot of tokens. So, if I go with the Kookaburra and Blue Mountains, I get a speedy start, but there's only so much start I'm going to get from releasing a small bird. And he's not worth a lot of points because he needs icons in the zoo. So I don't think this bird strategy is going to work. So I think we're going to go with the 2 herbivores. Stick that for a bit. I think we'll take the petting zoo donkey because that's nice and cheap. I suppose we could take the Kookaburra just because it's a cheap animal, but to not have any sponsors when I've got the sponsors objective is a little bit sad. Maybe I could take sponsorship vultures for when I do get another bird. Or alternatively, we get rid of the donkey, take the Kookaburra, and then take sponsorship vultures. It does mean that this is going to be a bit of a lame card when it's played, but maybe it could be for later in the game. Nah, that's a terrible idea. I don't like that at all. I think we're probably going to go... I mean, that's European as well, so there's that. So I've got to take the red deer. We've got to go down the herbivore route. So I think we're going to take a donkey, and we'll just take something out of these 4. Maybe I'll get lucky with a bird... Or better still, maybe I'll get lucky with an Australian creature. There's a lot of Australian herbivores, so that could just sit in my hand for a bit. So, well, we'll take it now. I don't think I want any of the other 4. I think maybe the Indian cobra? Indian cobra could be interesting. It is Asian, and if I get rid of that condition, all I've got to do is get 2 science symbols. But Where am I going to get 2 science symbols? Let's maybe, I don't know, we could chance it maybe. Or the zebra. Get 2 Africa icons, although I haven't got any Africa icons anywhere else, so where do I go with that? I think we'll go with the Cobra as a long shot, and those 3. So, whoop. So there you go. Everything's nicely on display, and if I want to look at the appeal tracks, I just simply click up here, and I can see everything I need to know. So we could potentially play sponsors. We can get a lot of X tokens, get a lot of rep, get a lot of money. These are very good bonuses to have on the appeal row. And if I want to get rid of it, just click on it. So, okay. So, I mean, maybe I won't go for sponsors this game. Maybe I'll go for the whole animal category icon, and then I just completely muller him in that. But anyway, let's have a look. So I've also got my board stuff here, so I can see my universities, my association guys, the bonuses I can get. All the information is on the screen. I don't have to click on a lot of sub-menus to see what I'm doing, which is really cool. I like that this looks. And if you really want to go crazy, you can even see the action log as you're playing, get back to the settings, expand everything. And then if I want to look at their one, well, obviously I can't see their cards, but I can see their board. I can see what they've built, you know, if I'm really desperate. All right, enough explaining. Let's just get into the game. And now I'm not going to teach you how to play Ark Nova, because that's what the tutorial's for. I'm going to assume you know how to play Ark Nova, okay? I'm just taking you through my thought processes, as it were. Okay, all right, let's have a go. So I need to start playing some of these. I do like, expert in herbivores. It's going to be a couple of turns before I can get that, but that would be essential to grab with what I've got at the moment. So let's build first. Let's build, flock allows me to share. Oh yeah, and if I want to see what an animal does, I hold down the control button, and there it is in its full gorgeousness. Look at that lovely reindeer. Look how adorable it is. And I can see exactly what it does. So this one can share an enclosure size. So the red deer, they both can. Oh, okay, so it doesn't actually match which order I do it first. But given that there's a European one there, red deer first. So I think we're going to build. Let's build first. So I need a slot free. So it tells me everywhere that I can build it. Now I got to be careful not to put it next to water. So that reputation space is actually going to be a bit problematic for me. But I wanted to start kind of down here so that I can avoid the infestation bit for a while. Like I say, I want the infestation thing to take as long as possible before it hits me, because otherwise I'm in a bit of trouble. I want to get expert on herbivores early, though, so maybe if I go up here, I can get the X token. Because to be honest, I don't really need to ignore animal conditions for quite a while. I feel like I'm kind of safe on that front. So why don't we go up here? We can always go around, and once we go around, you can just rotate it around. We're gonna take the Research Institute a bit later in the game, I think. Maybe we'll like build out as we go along, or we could just ignore it as a map thing. But I think the X token as a short-term goal, so that I can get the cards to the level where I can snap expert in herbivores, I think is going to be pretty essential to what I'm doing. So okay, let's do that. In my turn. So quite a lot's happening there. Maybe I'll turn the animation speed down a little bit. We'll put it down to 2x just so you can kind of see what on earth was going on there. Okay, choose an action. So now we can add the X token, make cards snap, and I want to snap expert on herbivores immediately. People are so afraid to snap cards sometimes in the actual game. You need to realize that snapping could actually be a game changer. Let's turn the effects volume down a little bit as well. There we go. We'll turn that down a bit. Weirdly, you do have a bit of dead space around, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, you can zoom in, so you can get a little bit closer to the action, but all this stuff is just an excuse for you to click on the side of the screen and make little sound effect noises. I mean, it's a cheap little gimmick. I don't see what's the point of it, but just zoom in and get an idea of what's going on. So, all right, choose an action. So we've done expert on herbivores. Now we need to actually play it. There we go. So I can now see it's over here. I can see its effect, and it just got me some money. Now I can start playing herbivores to my heart's content. You can see the animation is pretty quick. I mean, once you get used to this game, you can put the animation speed up high and just let the AI kind of do its thing. What do I want off this association board? So he's taken that uni. I could take the reputation uni. Europe, if I take Europe as a partner zoo, that would allow me to get the 2 European stuff nice and early, because I don't think I'm going to go for 5 Europe. That just seems a bit insane. So I think that's not a bad shout. Let's take Europe partner zoo. There you go. Shows up down there. As you can see, the turns can go pretty quick. I mean, I'm trying to talk you through my thought process, which is why I'm taking a bit longer to do my turns. But when you get used to this game, you really can just... I mean, I tell you, when I just get bored and I just say, like, you know what, I want to play a bit of Ark Nova, and then I jump on this app, you know, you can get through a game with 1 or 2 AIs in half an hour to 45 minutes tops or something, you know, from start to finish. It's pretty fast. I'm just going to take a while because you hopefully like to listen to my rambles. All right, so let's actually start thinking about animals. So you'd be cheap. Can I afford to put out both? No, because that's going to cost 21 bucks. Let's see. Yeah, that will cost 21. I got 22. I need to spend 6 to build another... Oh, no, I don't need to build another enclosure. I can just put them straight into the same one. So I do have enough money. I can play both of these. Happy days. Let's do that. So, yeah, because they're going to refund with herbivores as well. So this red deer, in you go. And then I can play another animal. Sweet, in you go. Use flocking, yes. Red deer and the reindeer share the first enclosure. So there we go. Got them down there so I can see what I've got. And you can, the thing, just like on Board Game Arena, I can see all the icons that I've got, what they've got, what I've got. So I know what's happening in the race for the conservation projects. But look at that. I've already got 2 Europe and I've already got 3 herbivore symbols. And I've barely even started. At this rate, this is going well. This is a very good start. All right, what do you want to do now? So we can't afford any animals for a while. Let's focus on getting more cards. I mean, we're not far off a break. What would I want to build, though? Petting zoo? Probably a petting zoo, I'd imagine. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to play this for a while. So, yeah, why don't we just prepare for the donkey and just build a petting zoo. So, okay. Now, I got to be careful, because if I take a venom token now... I mean, putting a venom token on animals is not the worst thing in the world, because I could just play the donkey next turn. At this moment, it's probably the best time to take a venom token. Unless we don't break. If we don't break... then I have to worry about the venom token. Now I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it over this rock so that I can expand out this way and also down here. Reputation can wait. I'm not always desperate to max out my reputation like some people are. It's handy. It's nice, but it's not the be all or end all of the game. Really, X tokens are heavily underrated as a tool. So let's put that down there. You titchy little lizard. I laugh at your stupid lizard. I have deers. I have deers and reindeer. Come to my zoo. To be fair, deers are actually quite boring to see at a zoo. I love going to zoos, but deers are not my first thing I gun for. But they are adorable. They are nice. They are nice creatures. They're very friendly little creatures. But well, unless you anger one. But yeah, they're not the first animal I gun for. All right, what can I do then? So I could certainly do with more cards, because I don't mind getting rid of the Cobra. There's nothing I want to snap there. All of those aren't really snappable cards, apart from maybe the Expert on the Americas. It would get me some kiosks. And I do have an Americas thing, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but I can think of better. I'd like a few more options than that, though, so let's just take 3 cards. Alright, discard a card. I'm going to have to discard 1 or 2 of these anyway, so yeah, we're not playing the Siberian Tiger anytime soon, so... Oh, he's got federal grants. Lucky git. It's an excellent income card to get early. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Cobra. And I got a llama. Oh, sweet. That llama can go in the red deer spot, so that's nice. Okay, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't leave me with a lot of options, though. It looks like I'm going to have to trigger the break, because he's got all the money and I don't. But I don't really feel I have much of a choice, so... Oh well. It's more money. Alright, discard the Cobra. Don't want that. And of course, he grabs the other good uni. Well, it's a good thing I'm going for partner zoos. The question is, which other partner zoo... Well, actually, I don't want to do that yet. I want to do a conservation project, because now I can go straight into Europe. And say the Sable, the AI, is threatening Europe, so I do need to grab that now. So let's go in there. So okay, so choose a project bonus. I can choose any of these. Well, given a lot of people hire an association worker as their first one, and to be honest, I don't blame them. It is a pretty sweet thing to do. But I can't argue with the fact that these bonuses to get them nice and early are pretty sweet. I mean, getting more money, building enclosures for free, that's great. I'd quite like to snap cards from the display as an income, because keeping up your level of cards is pretty nice. It would also allow me to get expert on the Americas now, which could help with future income. So there is that. There's goods, but then if I take the association worker, then I can get the second partner zoo that lets me level up a card. You know, there's a lot of different things in play here. But I'm also about to play a flock llama as well, so this could be 2 kiosks. So I'm actually going to take the card one. So it gives you all the things so you can resolve them in any order. So I'm just going to take the card from the display first. Expert on the Americas. And saying that, I get to flip a card anyway because I've got 2 conservation points. Upgrade in action. Let's see. Sponsors, maybe. We've got some good sponsors coming up. Animals, maybe. I can play more animals, but I don't think I'm desperate for that. Build's a good one, just because you can build more stuff. Association, maybe. I could get some conservation points by donations. That could work, but then I haven't got another worker, so that's probably not going to be good right now. Cards is good. You know, you can just get more cards a lot easier. But I think, given the situation, I'm going to either take build or sponsors, because I do like being able to play sponsors quicker or doing that break for times 2 income. That is a very underrated action. Build or not? I mean, build would allow me to go up here a bit easier and dodge the infestation, so we'll upgrade build. Wow, he's already at rep 5. He's doing what some other people like to do. And if you can get to rep 5 nice and early, then by all means do it, because it's a good tactic. But I never feel compelled to do it. All right, so action. Can I afford to put 2 animals out? Yes, I can. But do I want to put out Americas first? Because if I do that, I get a kiosk from Americas and then from the llama. So is there anything else I could do first before? I mean, I'd have to use 2x tokens to get that high enough to play Americas. And I can't afford to build anything big. I'd have to only build something small. Because what do I need? I need 17 money. He's effectively cost 7. So I need 14 money. So I can't afford to spend more than 4 money. I mean, I could build a kiosk and a pavilion. I mean, I can think of worse things to do. Yeah, build a kiosk and a pavilion. So yeah, actually, this could work. Because if I do one there, and then do a kiosk, sorry, a pavilion, and put it there, that gives me a point, but also it means that I now have a good source of income there. I can start getting towards this university, but also it's as I say, it contributes to this, but here's the little kicker. So we're just going to continue and leave it at that. I can now move something to action space 1. So I can move something like cards. And now sponsors is exactly where I need it to be. Oh, wow. Did you just play a seal? Yeah, that was a good card. All right, so now we can play the Americas. There is one downside to my little plan. I did not realize that the spacing of the 2 kiosks was going to be an issue. But that's not the worst thing in the world. I can probably survive with that. We'll just put the kiosk down here and just accept it can't be as great as it could be at the moment. So, going to reveal. Put the kiosk for free. So yeah, it doesn't give me a lot of options. I mean, I could put it here. I can't put it in there because it will muck up my infestation. So, I mean, we could put it down here just so we can get closer to this end. Yeah, we can work towards it. So So that kiosk is not particularly great, but this one is. All right, let's take the building tray down. Actually, leave it up. It's dead space anyway. All right, animals. All right, play the llama first. Do I want to use locking? Yes, everything is all crowded around in this one enclosure. I mean, it looks nice. Look at it. It's got a waterfall. It's got a water, like oasis little bit. It's got trees and rocks. I mean, they're happy. They're just a bit squeezed. All right, so play a herbivore and get another kiosk, which can only go in one space. That's okay. I mean, I need 5 kiosks to get a point from that sponsor, and I will build stuff there eventually. And we can play the donkey. I love the sound of goats. It's sheep and goats. I know, I love the sound of them. I just love the noise they make, particularly goats. I think goats just sound something infectiously adorable. I mean, to be honest, there's something infectiously adorable about animals. I just love animals. You know, I love going to zoos. I like learning about animals. You know, I'm not into history, not into architecture. I mean, it looks pretty, but I don't care about learning about the history of it. And, you know, there's a few things in life that I just kind of remain ignorant on. But animals, you know, if I meet a girlfriend in the future who loves going to zoos and likes animals and stuff like that, you know, I'm kind of in my element at that point. All right. Even bought my dad a falconry experience recently. You know, well, I bought it about 1.5 years ago. He's only just used it. But he's just written, he sent me some photos of all these different birds that he's had, like various owls, peregrine falcon, a white spock owl, or whatever it is. It looks like it's got a moustache. It's from the Americas, I think. And, you know, a couple of other little birds, kestrels and stuff. And it's like, he showed me the pictures of him doing it, and it's like, oh, it made his day. He loves birds. You know, more so than I like animals, was saying again. That was a really good little present for him. It's just taking him so long to use it. All right, can't do a lot at the moment. Oh yeah, because I've got no money. That kind of didn't I read somewhere that kind of affects your ability to do anything? So there's no real point doing a lot. And if I take cards, I'm not really going to get a lot here. Could get the engineer. Yeah, work towards that. Yeah, my options are limited to say the least. I'm going to do what most people would seem to avoid doing. This is the one where you get to take an X token and move an action to slot 1. People forget that this is a rule in the game. Believe me, it has saved my ass on a lot of occasions. So I'm going to do that. Given that we're not going to associate for a long time yet. Right, now I can take a lot of cards, or I can snap something if I just spend an X token. So let's do that. Do cards. Do I want any of these? The sea turtle tank is not bad, but I don't really have reptiles. Engineer is a good card, but I don't know if I'm going to be using it much at the moment. So I think I'm just going to take a bunch of cards. Ooh, wow. Monkeys and lions. Well, sorry, lion. I don't have many predators, and you are just way too expensive. Oh, he's got a veterinarian as well. Oh, man, he's getting all the favorite sponsors I like. Okay, fine. Well, I didn't draw any sponsors, so that was a bit of an annoyance. But if I spend an X token and make that 5, I can break, get some money, and cause another break, getting me my X token back. Because otherwise, I'm really a little bit stuffed. So let's do that. I'm telling you, X tokens are useful. You should not underestimate getting those things. That's why monkeys are quite powerful, because getting monkeys regularly get you X tokens if you get the right cards. Let's take a coffee break. All right. So lots of money, and I get to snap something anyway. So, ooh, the geologist is not bad. Got to build around this thing. That's going to get me some money. I don't have any rock icons, though. The engineer would be nice, though, because the engineer allows me to, yeah, to do, like, covered builds, which could be really good for spamming kiosks and pavilions. I quite like the sound of that, actually. Right. What am I going to build next, then? That's an expensive bird. I do need Asia icons. So I've got 4 herbivores. If I can get 1 more herbivore icon, I can go for the 5. But for the sake of 1 green point, I may be tempted to just stay at 4. It's not that big to lose out on green points. And this is something to realize. These things, I mean, going from 2 to 3 is not a lot of points for the effort for a continent. But going from 3 to 5 is significant. But then here, you only need one more symbol to go up another point. But is it worth it? Are you going to spend the whole game searching for the hopeful 5th herbivore point just for the sake of what is essentially free victory points? Or do you get it now? Get the points, get the bonuses, and it means that my opponent has to get 5 herbivores to take this project. Unlikely when you look at the setup here. So it's not just trying to max out your points with green projects. It's also about denying your opponent the ability to use them and also to get the bonuses now while you can. You got to think that this game is about short-term goals, not long-term. Don't think long-term to the end of the game. Think about achieving short-term goals. Right, I've achieved this goal. Right, now what's my next task? Like, my short-term goals are like getting a bunch of herbivores out, getting that level 2 Europe, getting some kiosks out, and now my short-term goal is going to be whatever I do with these cards. So, or my next short-term goal could be getting the Herbivore 4 thing. This is the kind of thing you need to realize. This is what Ark Nova is about. Not long-term strategy, short-term tactics. Okay? Well, short-term strategies. Maybe that's the phrase. Anyway, let's see. Probably this monkey, although this would get me another kiosk. Although I don't have another monkey, so I can't really do that one. Although I could, if I put the 4 down there, then I can ignore its condition. That could work, because then I could just go straight into this monkey. That's actually not a bad idea. And I'd get the 5. Let's do that. Let's build a 4. Right there. There we go. Gets me money, and... oh yeah, it's a level 5. I could build a kiosk, or a pavilion. Kiosk is not really going to do well, so why don't we build a pavilion, and... shall we suck up the venom? No, because I'm not going to have a lot of money left. Should we just stick a random kiosk somewhere? Like there? I mean, it doesn't matter as long as it's next to some kiosk. Yeah, let's put it here. Yeah, we could put like a 2 there and a 2 there. That'll work with that. That'll work. Joining me on the petting zoo, are you? Okay. Alright, don't want to waste an X token to get that to 5. It's unnecessary. I'm only going to play one animal because it's quite expensive, but we're going to play a good animal, so... I love the little sound effects you get. It's a bit like Wingspan when you play that app with the birds. Alright. Oh, can I actually... yes, I can put a kiosk down, it's fine. So, gain an X token, 6, 1 green, and I get a kiosk. Yes, so I can get a kiosk. We'll put it... there, because then I can put a pavilion there and all sorts of other bits, so... got to be careful. I shouldn't play another America icon until they've expanded a bit more. Oh, he has a wallaby. I mean, at the moment, I'm decimating the AI at the moment. I had a very strong start. Yeah, the AI clearly hasn't had as strong a start, although he has flipped 2 cards. And he's at reputation 9, so I can't underestimate that. But he's not really doing a lot on these powers. I mean, he's got 1 Asia, 1 Europe, and that. He's not going to get these 2 in a heartbeat. He's going to get the 2 Asia, I suspect, before I will. And that's it. He's not in a strong position. All right, well, let's get this herbivore one out of the way. Yeah, because there's still no herbivores. Okay, project bonus. I think now's the time when I can consider getting another association worker, because then I can start getting partner zoos and stuff. So let's do that. Okay, 4 green now puts me to one of these bonuses. So we could pay money to put the sponsor out, which is tempting, because I could do that with the engineer and just get out. 3 X tokens I would normally take, but I've got 4 X tokens. That's just going to waste some. You can only have 5. So I could just take the money. Maybe the money is actually the best thing here, because I could just play the sponsor in a second for 1 action. It's not a big deal. Yes, it saves me a bit of tempo, but that's about it. Yeah, let's just take the money. He's taking in on the Europe. Oh, my throat's going already. Right. Well, the top of my mouth, the voice, as I talk on this thing. Let's have a look. Probably the engineer first. There's nothing up here that's urgent. So, yeah, let's do that. So, okay. Don't know why my Steam overlay is playing games with me at the moment. All right, let's have a look. Building Mazu. Building Mazu. This is a new card you might not have seen, actually. I think it came as a promo, or in one of the map packs. I can't remember. The Kupaka. Is it the? How would you pronounce it? Is it Capybara? Is it Capybara or Capybara or Koopabarra? I forget how you pronounce this one. But it's quite a nice little card, actually. I mean, it's a petting zoo. You get more if it's next to water. And it's a very cute-looking animal. But, yeah, how do you pronounce that name? All right. Got 10 money. With a bunch of stuff. I think we should just build and prep for now. So, I mean, do I want to snap any of these? The petting zoo one would be worth 6 victory points because it's not next to water. I mean, 6 victory points is 6 victory points. Can't, and the computer is starting to get petting zoo animals, so I wouldn't put it past him to try and nick it. Well, let's play that by ear. Let's, I mean, if I do take it, I could play it now. Which is another 6 victory points now, rather than worry about playing this monkey. Alright then. Okay, right, so now I can actually just place animal. But let's get association. Because this is the other thing. I could play it now, but what you want to think about is where your actions are going to be sooner or later. So I could play the animal first, and then I could do association for a partner zoo. But I can already do the partner zoo. So why waste a turn it going to 4 when it doesn't need to go to 4? Just to make it wait longer when it goes back to 1 to build up again. If I do association first, then it has time to build up by the time I need it again. So let's take one of these. Let's not take the Americas, because then I will waste the kiosk, because I can't legally place it. Let's just... it doesn't matter too much. If I do feel like playing the bird, it's Africa, and that monkey there is Africa and wants a partner zoo for Africa, so I can think of worse choices. Okay, so flip a card. So we could get on the donation front, because the opponent is not. There's not many donations. That's probably not a bad idea. I'm doing all right for money. Right, so build. Nope, we're going to put the animal in the enclosure, so let's put that in there. In it goes. I'm certain that's not the sound a Koopabarra makes. Then again, I said that also about the donkey. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of research. Well, that's his green project then. I mean, he needs to. He's got 0 green points at the moment. I mean, he's being decimated because I've got 7 and he's got 0. All right. Well, I've only got 3 money, so I could just cause a break. Which is probably not the worst idea ever. To be honest, I think it's the only idea I've got. Yeah, let's just cause it. The amount of times I've triggered a break with that sponsor's action, you would think I probably should have upgraded that earlier, because then I could have been earning double money from it. You can only do so much. I mean, I suppose I could have just done it then. Right, money and snap a card. Well, I made an effort to get the partner zoo for him, so... Here you go. The other thing is that, because I've got engineer, if I build a size 2 enclosure for him, I can also build a second size 2 enclosure for him. Monkeys don't like to share enclosures as much as reindeer. So at the moment, I'm not doing very well on the sponsors front here, but I currently have 3. You can't see it very easily, but where it says max 4, in brackets in green, it will tell you how many points it's worth. And it does this on all the ones where you have, like, 1 point for every predator icon in your zoo, or in all zoos. It tells you how much it's worth before you play it, so you haven't got to try and count up, which is very handy. So at the moment, I'm already doing 3 better than he is, which is probably the petting zoo, certainly the herbivores, and currently monkeys. I'm pretty certain I can beat him on other things by the end of the game, so I think we'll probably be going for this objective. Anyway, I need to build. Yes, we need to get some of these on the board. I could take another petting zoo now, though. Sorry, partner zoo. That would get me another worker. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I can make a donation. So let's do that. But I still can't do the Americas. And I really want to take that zoo. All right, we'll hold back. I know I said you can do it early and stuff like that, but I think on this one occasion I need to go against that rule. So let's do this. So with engineer, I can build 2 of these. And maybe it's time that I actually took a hit on the venom, because I know university at this point would not be a bad shout. Or maybe I just don't care enough about it. But I'm going to have to take a venom token at some point now, because I am getting dangerously close to all these waters. So I think I might just have to suck it up a bit. Well, I mean, if I get more research icons... I mean, how many research icons have I got? None. So why is that highlighted as 2? I can't physically do that. I don't have 2 science icons. Yeah, I don't know why that's shaded. I don't have 2 science icons. I don't have any icons. So where does it think I have them? Odd. I wonder if that's a little bug. Alright, where are we going to put this building then? So, where do I suck up the venom is the question. Do I suck it up here with the university, or do I suck it up here with the money? I mean, what university would I get anyway? Just more reputation, I guess. I do need to get some reputation. Let's do it with the... I mean, if venom is going to hit me, maybe more money is not a bad shout. Although these aren't the most expensive things in the world. Let's get it with the university. So, okay, so we're going to put one... We only want to trigger it once, though. But then I want to get a... I want to get a kiosk down. And if I just spread out there, I won't have any room to build it. So we're going to do it with the money. We're going to do it with the money. So, put one here. And now I can build another size 2 because of my engineer. There goes the venom. And... I can build still 3 more, so I can still build a lot. So we could build a size 3 location, or we could just... Well, let's get... I suppose, can you have double venom? Maximum 1 per action. So actually, now's the time to trigger these bonuses. That's not a bad shout. So why don't we do that? Let's put a pavilion here. Let's build a size 1 enclosure. Nope, let's build a size... Let's build a... No, we can't build a kiosk there. Let's build a size 1 enclosure there. And then build a kiosk there, because I can't get 2 venoms. Choose a university. I do have a lot of cards, and I'm likely to be getting more. So I think we'll take the hand size one to be on... Actually, I'm going to be playing these 2 soon. Let's take the red one. That's not a bad term. Hang on a minute, it gave me 2 venom tokens. It said max 1. It said max 1 per action. That was all within the same action. And it's given me 2 venom tokens. Game, I think you bugged out there. You have given me too many venom tokens. That was all 1 action. I am a little bit disappointed on that, unless you suddenly think that all the after effect... No, it's still part of 1 action. Ooh, I think we'll be sending a bug report to Dire Wolf on that one. All right, fine. You want to make it harder for me because I'm doing so well, and so be it. You know, I can put up with your little nonsense here. So, what do we got? Well, I need to play animals at some point, and I would like to play both of these animals. So... I think I'm going to suck up... but I want to do donations and stuff, so I don't want to get eaten by venom. That's not a good thing right now. So why don't we play the animals first? Which does mean having to spend a couple of X tokens, but needs must. So we can put both of these out. All right. Doesn't matter where they go, so... Ooh, an expert on Asia. That's good. Would have liked that first. In it goes. And move an action to 1. Yes, because then I can play expert on Asia with the sponsors and not get sucked up in another venom again. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Oh, he's got talented communicator as well? Man, I mean, he's getting such good sponsors. Yeah, well, people seem to think that's the... People might think, well, he's got all the best sponsors in the game, he's going to win. Let me show you otherwise. So, 1x token. I'm starting to burn through these now. I mean, you might as well. There's no point hoarding them. All right, expert on Asia. So I can put a pavilion out for free. Do I... Oh, well, I don't want to end up with another Venom token. So let's just put an insignificant one out there. That's right next to a kiosk. That'll do. I'm not sure my zoo's the most exciting zoo in the world. I mean, what you come and see? A few monkeys, a donkey, a kookaburra, and some deer and a llama. I mean, they're nice animals, but not the most exciting. I guess you'd come for this. You'd come for this thing. That's your main reason to come to my zoo. All right, let's have a look. Oh, I've dropped a green point. Ah, he's drawing with me on the things. My brown objectives are not fantastic this game. I need to be mindful of that. Right, what am I going to do with a 5 thing, though? I mean, I could jump in on the Asia before he does. It's probably not a bad shout. Where am I on the track? Ooh, that could get me 2 rep to flip a card. Yes, we'll do that. And we can choose a project bonus. No, I don't think we'll get more of the tokens back, because there's still more breaks to come. Let's get the move action card one? Nah. I'm in a good place to fill up my zoo if I work for it, so why don't we... If I take 12 money, I still won't be able to play this bird. Yeah, maybe we could take the build one, because it will help me to build my zoo up quite nice and quick. Shall I suck up a Venom token? Probably not. Why don't we... I've got to think, where are the spots that I'm going to get screwed with those? So it's that square here, that square there, that square there, and where I'm putting it here. Those are the last few places that I can get screwed over by this, problem. And I'm not doing large animals, so I don't really care about leaving space for 3s and for 4 and 5s. So why don't we put it there? Because I want to put another kiosk down anyway, and the best place is probably going to be... Actually, no, I don't need to put another kiosk down desperately, so yeah. Let's take the rep. Upgrade. Maybe at this rate, it's about time I started upgrading the sponsors. Just because it gets me more money. No, I don't like that at all. Let's upgrade cards. You can draw more cards. Or maybe animals. I could play some from here. I don't know what's there, though. Let's upgrade... I am triggering breaks a lot, though. But I do want more cards. Make a donation? Yeah, why not? Discard one of these. I'm never going to get 10 sponsors at this rate. It's just not going to happen. We can work on the rest. Okay. Choose an action. I've only got $3 though. Doesn't leave me with a lot of options. Although it's a good thing I've upgraded cards, because that can at least get me... How many cards does that get me? 2 cards? Or 2 cards or a snap? Anything good at a snap? You maybe? Maybe the sea turtle tank, but I want to trigger a break ASAP. So Let's just draw some cards. Oh yeah, I can be flexible, actually. That's a horrible card for me to have drawn there. He hasn't got a bird, though, and I do want to overtake him on icons. So maybe getting the bird is not a bad thing, but then I've already got a secondary bird. Although, I may have just shot myself in the foot because I can't physically play a level 4... I mean, I could play an Avery. Could an Avery fit anywhere? Where can an Avery fit? Nowhere. I don't think I can fit an Avery. Nope, I might have just shot myself in the foot for that one. So let's take the smaller bird. Oh yeah, it was better than that one. Yeah, so I can't build an Avery. That was a bit stupid. Okay, well, what else can we do? So if I spend 2x tokens, I can trigger a break myself. But I think I would rather not waste the association worker. So why don't we spend an X token and get another association worker? I mean, that could work. I can think of worse things. Eventually, he's going to want to trigger a break. Or I could get 2 reputation, which doesn't really do a lot. Alright, so get the Americas one. Might as well. Now there are other places I can put it. Well, there we go. I am a little bit haphazard when it comes to my building when I play Ark Nova a lot of times. And then I make mistakes and then regret it later. Well, I can't build. So I do have to suck it up and just accept that we're gonna... I mean, if I take more cards, that's better than just taking an X token for the sake of it. Do I want to take any of these? Maybe him? There's only... I can play 2 more size 3s. Ah, but then I'd suck up more Venom tokens. I don't desperately need more monkeys. Let's see what we get from the deck. The aquarium. That is playable. You are not playable. And to be honest, that card was never going to be playable, so let's just get rid of it. Right, I need to trigger a break now because the opponent won't do it. Ah, wait a minute. I could get reputation first. Yes, hang on. So you can undo a turn. So you can go backwards if you need to. But yeah, that's actually a bad idea. Let's use that. Yes, I can't do a donation, but I can get reputation and not waste the association worker. Meaning that I can now quicker get the last one to get me 2 green points. That is something I can't forget. Man, Zoo School as well. Your sponsors are amazing, mate. He is starting to get his momentum going with this game, though, so I do need to be mindful that I can't slow down at this point. Right, now's the time to trigger the break. Discard the bird that I'll never be able to play. Money. Build a size 2. It's going to give me a Venom token, but I've got the money. I mean, I'm going to have to take it Venom tokens eventually. I can't hide it forever. Ah, but that perception, that bird would be good. You know what? Let's suck up a Venom token down here. And take that bird. Oh, I can snap a card on top of that. Ooh, I could play, no I can't. I've surrounded all the rocks. I can't play a leopard. I'll never be able to play a leopard. I mean, I could play a stupid little worm. I don't see the point in doing that. It's a lame creature. What else am I going to take, though? Well, if I'm going to do 2 frees, probably the monkey. Alright, so I'm going to have to suck up the venom for a bit. Nah, I got enough money. It's not the end of the world. Oh, he's playing big animals. Oh, he's just caught up a bit there. Ah. Wait a minute. Oh, God, he's got a bonus action as well. Any more stuff you want to get? Jesus. Okay, that changes things. Oh, but he released an Asian creature, a small one. Do I have an Asian creature I could release? Yeah, but he's small. Damn it. Yeah, I've stalled a bit in my game and allowed him to catch up. That's not good. So, I've got 2. So I can only play 1 creature despite everything. So I'm going to have to build and get some better stuff up. So we can build a 3, which is going to suck up another Venom token, but Association's easy enough to play. Okay. So where am I going to put this? Well, it doesn't really matter. They're both going to be horrible. Neither of them care about rock or water. I'm not going to be able to play the aquarium anyway, so what does it matter? Yep, we're going to have to suck up this infestation thing. It's going to hurt, but it's the best thing I can think of right now. And even though... I mean, it said max 1 per action, so you've just seen me get a Venom token for this build, right? So in theory, if I put this 2 here, I shouldn't get a 3rd Venom. Infestation doesn't work. It says max 1 per action. I'm going to definitely submit something to Direwolf on that one, because that is hurting me, and it shouldn't be. I wish I'd taken the other one now. Now I can still keep going, and if I can fill up my map, that's another 7 points. So this is probably worth doing, although don't get another Venom token. Let's put it there, and let's get this map finished. So now I've got 3 Venom tokens on my board. Well, that's kind of annoying. Can I play any of these right now? Well, I can play the... Yes, I could play the Partner Zoo. Just get that one out of the way. But then I'm going to have to play animals at some point. And I would like to get these animals out, because this is going to be a bulk of my points. So, he hasn't got a bird, so I definitely need to play birds. I don't think it matters which bird I play. And I do want to play... I suppose I've only got 1 free. So I should probably play the monkey. It's worth more points. And that means I can be clever with the other stuff. Although, do I want to be clever with the other stuff? I don't think it really matters. I'm not going to be able to release any of this stuff. So maybe I'll actually play the bird and just guarantee that I'm going to get that one. Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Play an animal from your hand. So we're going to pick one. Where would you like it to go today? Let's put it here next. I don't have many rocks left on the board, but I got loads of water, so let's put it here. All right, perception. Ooh, alpaca. I do like the Technology Institute, but it's a bit late in the game. But that's 9 victory points for the zoo animal. We'll take... Oh, I can take 2 cards. Oh. In that case, we will take Technology Institute on top. And can play another animal. Well, you know what? Let's get the zoo animal in nice and quick, because it's nice and cheap. Sweet. Alright, a bit low on money again, but so's the AI. The AI is going to have to think about that as well. And at least I'm not going to get too bothered by these Venom tokens, because they're all now at super powerful levels. Let's play... Which one should I play first? Probably Association, I would imagine. Oh, wait. If I do that, I can get 2 science symbols and then jump on the conservation project. Yeah, fine. If I've got to discard a bunch of cards in a minute, who cares? Draw 4 cards in the deck or reputation range. None of these are any good. I mean, I suppose I can play that if I'm desperate. Alright, discard... I can't physically play that one, so... Yeah, I mean, if he tries to... Oh, no, he's playing the Meerkat Den, so we're not going to trigger the break for a while. So all these cards are safe. For now, what have I got? I've got 6 spaces to up my board, and I get 7 more points. About that. But let's jump in on this thing. There's no other green projects to do, but jumping in on that is another 2 green points and another bonus. Could be more money, more X tokens. That's all very useful stuff. Oh, I haven't played the card yet. Can't do that. So in which case, I probably want to use an X token and do that. We're going to get one more break if we're lucky this game, I think, before I trigger the end. Now I can jump in on this. These 2 bonuses I don't think are going to be useful. So let's get more money or more X tokens. These animals aren't cheap. I am limited on cash. Let's just get a bunch of cash. Oh, it will allow me to make another donation as well, actually, which at this point in the game is probably a good thing. There's a weird bug in there where it said, like, cabbage actions or whatever like that. I can't believe they still haven't fixed that, but apparently it's the name it gives to the 2 reputation hat association board action. It's weird why that still doesn't work. Right, okay. I mean, it's a minor bug. It's easily fixed. I'm just a bit shocked they haven't done it yet. I've only flipped 3 cards. I haven't even done my university one yet. Goes to show, don't need to flip all 4 cards to win. In which case, I don't really need to build anything else, even though that would get me 7 more points. But then, so we're doing a lot with these. It's a lot of animals I can play. I need to overtake him on the objective, which I'm already doing. Oh yeah, three of those. I've got all the herbivores, got the 1 bird, got more petting zoo animals, and of course more monkeys. So if I just solidify my position with the birds, I should be pretty good. There's no point going for reptiles. But which animal to put in there? Probably that bird. And then we can just put the tarsier somewhere, because the tarsier is a really nice monkey. Let's do that. So we'll put you in there. Scavenge for something I can't physically play. And then can play this monkey. Just stick him anywhere, it doesn't really matter. And that gets me a lot of stuff, actually. Money, appeal, reputation. All of those suck for me, so let's put them on here. And a pavilion. Even easier. Oh, am I going to play a size 3? Probably yes. And now he triggers the break, which means I get a bunch of bonuses. Yeah, discard 4. You and you. Not you. You. And if I'm going to play any of these cards, I don't know, that tortoise is pretty good. It's a lot of points. I mean, it's probably a bit irrelevant at this point, but let's get rid of that one last monkey. To be honest, if I release a size 5 animal from the Americas, that's already going to be much better. I mean, what animal have I got that's size 5 or 4? Ah, the primate from earlier, so I won't lose out much. Yeah, that's definitely worth doing. Ah, I'm going to block myself from doing a size 3. To be honest, I'm going to get loads of points from that. Who the hell cares? Yeah, give me the venom like I care at this point. Ooh, sponsorship primates. Ooh. Okay, now the good sponsors come out of the deck. I mean, that would get me 3 victory points for no effort. Spokesperson's a bit late in the game for that. Right. Sucking up a bit of venom like I care. I mean, I'm going to get 7 victory points just for filling in my map here, so let's just do that. So 1. Does it really matter? Pavilion. Right, all map's filled up. Ooh, he's accelerated there. Right, well, let's see. Most points I get is probably to release that thing, because I lose 6, gain 15. Still puts me over the edge, gets me a reputation, which gets me another 1. Yeah, this is a foregone conclusion. So 2, 1, there, release, release. Project bonus means nothing at this point, so let's just get a bunch of X tokens. Boom. Triggered. And, yeah. Donation. Yeah, you ain't catching this up. Works out all your endgame points. Filled up my map. Got 5 kiosks. Ah, he overtook me on something. Ah, he drew with me on herbivores. Nicely done. Ooh, he's got a lot of endgame points, but it's not going to make a difference. It doesn't matter how many of these you get. You are not catching up to 130. Man, you got a lot of green points for this. This is a little concerning. How many of these points has he got? That was a little bit... That was quite a lot of points to get at the end. I could not disregard the AI so lightly there. That is a lot of endgame scoring. That was like, what, like 25, 30 points in endgame scoring? Whew. But I got the lead because I got a bit more. So there you go. So you can view the board afterwards. See what we got. So what does Sable have? Ah, look at all that wasted space in the middle. But 5, 5, 5, 4. He played a lot of big animals. Had a lot of science. All the science. Yeah, that works for them. So there you go. That's Ark Nova. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know if the lack of background music was a good thing. Let me know the voice was good. Let me know what you think of the app. Do you think the app's good? Have you played it? Do you like it? Do you think it's too expensive? Do you think it's still worth the price? Do you not like this app for whatever reason? I mean, don't give me your thoughts on Ark Nova, the game. I mean, I assume you're watching this because you're interested or like Ark Nova. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you on the next video, whether it's live or not. So take care, and remember, it's only a game. Bye for now.